What's up, everybody? Today we are here on my China server alt because several weeks ago I started out on a journey to what I'd hoped to do was cut my Necropolis B10 time in half, which is a tall order, right? It was like a minute team, right? A minute time, team time. And then I wanted to get it down to 30 seconds. It's a very tall order. What happened was I was not able to actually get it down to 30 seconds on this account with these runes because it doesn't have super premium runes. I don't buy this. Again, this is just the China server alt. I don't buy rune packs. I don't grind the gem and all that stuff for the R5. It's really hard to actually R5 on China, Korea, and Japan because language barriers and also time zones. It's really challenging to raid on there on these accounts. But ultimately, I was not able to cut it down to the time that I wanted, and I took the videos that I had made on this, and I scrapped them. And I was like, you know what? We didn't do it. We gotta just toss it. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe we should just do maybe I should just show what we were able to achieve, even if it's not perfect, even if it's not what I had ultimately wanted. Because really, the thing that was holding us back was super premium efficient rage runes. That's really the thing that was holding us back from getting the time that I had wanted, because we need to make sure we do a certain amount of damage in a certain amount of turns before the enemy gets turns, etc, etc. So basically I was going for a really fast fire inugami team, right? Lucian and a couple fire inugamis. Now the funny thing about it is, if we go to the ranks here, the ranks are actually like the teams and the meta teams for the top 100 are actually very different on the different, well, I mean, not very super crazy different, but they're different on the different servers. Like, for example, no, not that one. Kind of an interesting team, though. For example, like on this server, the China server, this is more common, this Lucian and quadruple fire inugamis, right? We should do a fire. We should just build a fourth fire inugami and go from there. I think that might actually solve the problem, so I'm probably gonna just build a fourth fire inugami. I'll give you guys an update video when we actually build the fourth fire inugami. But I do have 3 fire inugamis here. But so on China server, it's Lucian and quadruple fire inugamis is popular. I don't know who else. Can we see some other? Yeah, nope, not that one. Nope, not that one. Nope, not that. It's close enough to 4 fire inugamis. But there's a lot that you see 4 fire inugamis here. Let's go take a look. I'm gonna switch servers. We're gonna take a look at a different server and how the teams kind of vary. Now we're here on the Korea server, totally different account. This is the free to win account, and this account is on the Korea server. So if we take a look at some of the teams actually in the Korea top leaderboards, a lot of them are using triple fire inugami and Lauren. Triple fire inugami Lauren, triple fire inugami Lauren, triple fire inugami Lauren, triple fire inugami Lauren. So a lot of them are using triple fire inugami Lauren instead of quadruple fire inugami. So let's go back to China. Back to China server and back to the Lucian and quadruple fire inugami meta on here. So one of the interesting things is the reason that these different metas change is mostly because people look at whoever has the best score that has a reasonably attainable team, and they will just copy that regardless of what it is. So if it's a little bit different on Korea than China, then all the China server players are just going to copy that team, which is 4 fire inugami, and then all the Korea server players are going to copy the Lauren team, which is 3 fire inugami and a Lauren. So very, very, very similar teams, but based on everyone just copying the one at the top. If the one at the top is a little bit different, then the whole meta going down is kind of going to be a little bit different. So it's just an interesting thing to note. So I wanted to build the triple fire inugami Lauren just because I figured, like, okay, we already have a Lauren on this account. Let's do triple fire inugami Lauren, and it's a little bit easier since we don't have to second awaken another 4th fire inugami, even though actually I think the 4 fire inugami's rune requirements are actually going to be less because we're going to have more DPS spread over the course of like the 4 different single target DPS runes, the 4 fire inugamis, right? Instead of like, if we have the Lauren there, she doesn't really bring a whole lot of extra damage. So actually I did also build 2 different Laurens here. I have the one normal Lauren that we use for like RTA and Guild Wars and stuff. This is the normal Lauren on this account. Actually, her crit rate's too high, her accuracy's too low, and she could be faster as well. So she's on just speed, HP. Oh, we gotta grind that. Do we have a grind? No, we don't have a grind for it. Right. Anyway, we've got that one. And then I was playing around with a second Lauren, which was supposed to be... I was also playing around with this guy for the team as well, because he's actually viable in there instead of the Lauren. So I was playing around with this, I was playing around with that, but ultimately I think we're just going to build another, just a fourth Fire Inugami. And then we'll do, like I said, we'll do a recap video. But this one I was going to do, it doesn't matter necessarily HP or damage HP. That's irrelevant. She just needed to be a certain speed, and then she also needed to be fight and shield. So the fight is there to help those Fire Inugamis do more damage, and then the shield is there to kind of mitigate the reflect damage that Lucian takes from clearing the waves, as well as when the Necropolis boss does his big AoE damage to stop them Fire Inugamis from taking, well, the Fire Inugamis and Lucian, to stop everyone basically from taking so much extra damage since there's no healer on the team. So before I show you the Fire Inugami team, I'm first going to show you the old team, the team that we used to have before. So it's just basically, it's not basically, it's Fran and 4 twins. It's very, very easy to make if you have the twins and you already have the twins built. You don't have to use the wind one if you don't want to. I happen to already have both wind twins built on this account, right? You can also stick a Lucian in there as well. I have a Lucian and 4 twins as the team that I use on my main. Very, very fast. But of course, on my main, I have higher rune quality than on the China server alt. So that's one of the reasons it works so nicely on the main. But I was looking for something to speed up on this account. So I was like, you know what? Also, we changed the Lucian runes. Because this is the team before, but we also changed the Lucian runes so that Lucian is kind of less for arena offense, because now I wouldn't really use him in arena offense because he's in between a fast Lucian and a fat Lucian. So he doesn't really make sense for one or the other for arena offense. I feel like a lot of you guys actually have those too. The Lucians that are like, it's not fast, but it's not juicy and fat either. It's kind of in the middle. Right, you guys got, a lot of you got those. So I'm going to show you yet another not quite fast, but not quite juicy Lucian. So this team is not bad. It's like a minute average time. Okay, a minute 14. Not too great, right? Not too great. But we didn't really clear the waves too fast. Like I said, a Lucian. Let's try a Lucian here, right? So this is, I believe this is the Lucian that we switched to. Yeah. So this Lucian again is not fast enough to be a fast Lucian, and not juicy enough, not fat enough to be a, fat Lucian. Not fast enough to be a fast Lucian, not fat enough to be a fat Lucian. He's an in-between Lucian. He's not bad. I mean, like, for what he is, he's not bad. He's got attack or damage attack. He's got 95% crit rate, right? He's going to be able to blast through the waves. But he's not going to win any awards for, like, being super juicy or being super fast either. And then we also lose a little bit of efficiency by having one of the twins go first before the Lucian. But it's really, I mean, it's not too bad considering. Okay, is he gonna die? Do we have, how many shield sets do we have? Do we have shield sets? Because we should actually have shields on this since we don't have a healer. So it'd be optimal to have shields on it. We really should have shields on this team. This is, again, this is not the one that I was running. We were running the Fran 4 twins. I just wanted to throw this in there just to show you guys that, yeah, you can just do a Lucian and 4 twins. However, again, I would really love to have 1 or 2 sets of shield runes on those twins. Because right now they're actually, one of them is going to get stolen. And then she's going to do, there we go. So we actually lose out on some efficiency there by something actually getting stolen. But there, I was gonna say there you go, but still, okay. But we still needed some more hits to break that down. So this is not really anything too crazy. It's about the same time. Even with the Lucian, it's about the same time. Okay, so next we're going to take a look. We should actually show a couple different teams. I think we should show the Fire Inugami team, and then we should show some other teams. So like I said, we took a couple weeks. We 6-starred and second awakened 3 Fire Inugamis. We also have the Lauren on double fight and shield. And we have, he's just on Rage Blade. He's on Fatal Shield. Some of these are missing skill ups. Also, 74% crit rate is not optimal. You want 100% crit rate on all of these just for it to be reliable. And then 77 crit rate, again, not optimal. This is just on accuracy runes. Just because there's no special reason that it's on accuracy runes, just because, like I said again, on this account, the runes are limited, so we have to kind of like see like what kind of weird sets can we do to get the stats on it. So we just want attack for damage attack for everything. We want the Lucian to move first to clear the ways first, and then we want the Fire Inugamis to blast through on the mid boss and blast through on the end boss. And again, 69% crit rate is not good enough. Optimally, we want several different sets of runes. We want Rage, because damage, right? We want to clear things fast, we want damage. We want a little bit of shield because it's going to mitigate some of the damage, like from Lucian getting some damage returned to him. And then also at the boss, like it'd be nice to absorb some damage. If you don't have a healer for Necropolis, shield is pretty nice. And then fight runes are going to be good too, right? So those are the optimal rune sets that we want, is Rage, Fight, and Shield. So let's take a look at, again, this is not high enough crit rate for any of them, right? We want as close to 100% as possible. So let's take a look. Let's see how this team does. And actually, I wound up going with, there we go, clears the first wave very easily. I wound up going, it doesn't really matter what he does there. Boom, boom, boom. Clears the second wave very easily. Amputation magic on the third wave. I wound up actually going with the what's her face? The faster Lauren, because the faster Lauren actually, it's like an extra second or two in the runtime, but it's actually more reliable. Okay, so you do one of those. Silver plated bullet. We got some team ups, and that should clear the boss. It's not bad. Is that a new best? That's a new best. Like I said, the fast loot, but it's a significant difference. It actually did. It does look like it cut down our time completely in half, but yeah, I just noticed there's a little bit more reliable in the fast Lauren. So like I said again, the Lucian's clearing the waves, the Fire Inugamis and the Lauren are out there defense breaking, nuke, 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 nuke. I do definitely want to do another Fire Inugami though, because I feel like that's gonna just beat super fast all the time, without like having any fails or anything like that. Like we're always going to consistently, because sometimes we don't do enough damage, like we don't crit enough to kill the mid boss. We don't do enough damage to kill the mid boss. Let's try out. What did I want to try out? I wanted to try out. Let's try out some different teams now. So that was like the optimal fastest team. Now you're just gonna see slower stuff, but we're gonna try different stuff now, just for funsies. Just I don't know why, just in case you're like. See, I really wouldn't recommend someone building this team though, because that's building extra liches that you don't really need to build. Like it's reliable because it does a lot of multi-hits and it's got a heal, but you don't need to build a wind lich and a water lich. This is kind of a silly team, but you can see how effective it is to have, number one, multi-hits, defense breakers, and slows. It's really important to have slows, right? So Lauren has a slow. I mean, we're just seeing this because it's kind of we already had it built. This was originally, like, I think similar to the first Necro team ever on this account, like back in the day, right? Or I don't know what day. Maybe it was a Tuesday or something like that. But liches used to be kind of popular for Necro. What else was popular for Necro? The Elven Rangers were popular for Necro too. I mean, it's not a bad team. It's just like, why would you build liches? Twins are available already. Lauren is available already. A lot of people have Fire Inugamis already. So that's it. You know, those just work better because it's things that people already have. You know what I mean? So yeah, just showing different teams, basically. Like, oh, okay, well, these are things we already have. they do multi-hits, they do speed breaks, they do defense breaks. So it's another viable team. Slow though. This is how we used to do Necro, is this slow all the time. By the way, slow is very, very important against the boss though. Because everyone's speed is limited, so you can't really speed up your units. So slowing him is the next best option. Like, okay, I can't speed up my units, so let's slow. This is from 36 seconds to 1 minute and 44 seconds. Like I said, this is not the faster one of the teams. This is just showing different teams after that. So here's basically just the thing about Necropolis. As long as you take any combination of like Lucian, Lauren, Fran, Colleen, any twins, half the Inugamis, fire, dark, actually water one would work because he's got the team up skill too. As long as you take any combination of those units, you should basically have a Necropolis team. That's all. Like, you just smash those units together and be like, I got it, there we go. The one thing for the Lucian, just in general for these dungeons, not necessarily just for Necropolis, is you want him to move first before the single target DPSs. Because if he moves after them, then you kind of lose out on the efficiency, right? You want them to clear the waves before they even get a turn to go. So, yay. So basically, as long as you have those units, all those multi-hits, you should be fine. It's actually just pretty easy, but it's pretty easy at its core. Just bring multi-hits, bring speed breaks, and that's it. But then when you get into like trying to make it very, very fast, then it's like, okay, you want to kind of be super efficient at that point. So, anyway, let's see how fast this team is. But again, we're just bringing in stuff we have. Like, this is stuff a lot of people have. I know some people don't have like Lucian, and some people don't have the twins. They're like, I'm playing it, I can't get these water twins, man. Can't get them. Just stick wind twins in. Stick the fire twins in. You know, both those viable options as well. And again, fire Inugami's super easy to get. I mean, if you're complaining, you're like, Bagel, I've been playing the game for 5 years, I can't get a fire Inugami. Like, I'm gonna call BS on that. I'm gonna call BS if you can't get a fire Inugami after 5 years of gameplay. I think 130, somewhat. Okay, 123. That was close. It was 7 seconds off. I was talking, so I didn't remember. I couldn't pay attention to how fast it was. Here's another team option. Again, like I said, we could use any combination of twins. Let's use the twins. Let's take the Lauren out. We got the Fire Inugami. We got the Lucian. We don't even need to do the Lucian. We could take Shayna for the leader skill, right? And then she's got the AoE defense break too. So there's so many different options. But I just figured I would do, you know, while we're here, even though we failed kind of the triple Inugami, right? We failed to make it like under 30 seconds. We could still show a few different Necro teams, right? We could still use turn a lemon into a lemonade or something like that, right? There you go. So we got a couple multi-hits and the shield is down, and we got a defense break, and then we can do some damage there. And basically everything, you just want as much damage as possible, attack or damage attack on all these DPS units. So like Fire Inugami, attack or damage attack, Wind Twins, attack or damage attack, Fatal, Rage, whatever you can get the best runes on, Violent. You don't really want Revenge. For these twins, I would not go Revenge. I would go more for the... Inugami's gonna kill you. No, he's not gonna kill you. Oh, man. I would go for the Shield rather than Revenge on the twins. Shield and Fight. So that one should be a little bit faster. Maybe that's like closer to a minute. Yeah. Closer to a minute on there. But not bad. You just, again, stick a whole bunch of twins in there. Let's take a look at... Let's take you out. Let's put the Shayna back in there, right? Let's say you don't have a Lucian. Let's say you don't have a Lucian, you don't have any water twins. The stones were not good to me, Bega. I don't have a Lucian, I don't have water twins. Well, we have the attack power. I was gonna say we have an attack power buff and an AoE defense break, but if they don't do their skills, they don't do their skills, right? You can't really, okay, there's the AoE defense break, because it's important to do that now instead of at the beginning of the match, right? So, again, not as efficient as the Inugamis, but just throwing whatever we have in there and being like, oh, you know what? This works as well. So, for those of you that are like, I don't have a Necropolis team, like, there's so many different viable options. You just want multi-hits. Again, Fatal or Rage give the most damage out of the DPS units. And shield runes are great. Fight runes are great. Revenge is great if they have a multi-hit for their first skill. If they don't have a multi-hit for their first skill, then I wouldn't go Revenge, because you don't really get a whole lot of value. So, I think I used to do Revenge on Fran back in the day. Like now, I just have all the Frans on every single account. Oh no! I expected some worse things to happen from that one. But nowadays I have all my friends ruined for RTA on like basically every account, or PvP rather. So they all have will runes, but or they should have. Most of them have will runes. They should have will runes, right? But they didn't do. She died. They didn't do their team ups. But yeah, I think she used to actually have revenge runes. Let's take a look at that triple inugami team again. Let's see how it does. And let's wrap it up by seeing just this triple inugami team just a little bit more, because we want to see a little bit more, right? That was a lucky run with that last run, 36 seconds. It's still a good team, but we got a little bit lucky with the 36 seconds there. It's a nice team though. Boom boom. But I want to try again, like I said, I want to try that quadruple inugami team next, because I really think I want to do that fourth inugami. Because sometimes poo-poo happens. Like, we should have already killed. We should have already killed there. But we didn't. And now he does some more damage. So, yeah, it's just not as... I mean, it's not as efficient. Here's the thing. It's not as efficient as I wanted. It's not as fast and efficient as I wanted. I think you're like, Bagel, you just made a 36 second Necro team on your alt. That is pretty I mean, it's pretty fast. It's just, I don't know. I was so butthurt that it wasn't what I want. I was like, it's not sub 30 seconds. Because we didn't have the rune efficiency to make it sub 30 seconds, right? So anyway, yeah, again, that's the team. Just the Lucian moving first. He's not a fat Lucian. He's not a fast Lucian. He's just kind of in the middle. He's just there to move first, have enough crit rate to reliably clear waves, and then the three Inugamis and the Lorne come in and do as much damage in as few turns as possible, right? They team up and they do big damage together. AoE defense break. I mean, not AoE defense break. Defense breaks, defense break, defense break. And of course, it's not going to be, if Lucian does the wrong skills, it's not going to be this fast, right? But anyway, I just wanted to show it because we were actually able to do it on the China server alt, which is not like a crazy account, right? So not like super OP runes. Like a lot of these things are missing. Don't look at her. I know she's fast. Don't look at her. A lot of these things don't have as high crit rate as, where are they? As they need to be. 77, 74, 69. So all that needs to be higher. All those crit rates need to be higher. But we just wanted to do as much damage again. Tagger damage tag. Tagger damage tag. Tagger damage tag. And of course, these are going to get more efficient. The more we farm Necro, the more really solid rage runes we're going to be able to get. And then we can, we can go from there. We can continue to improve the team. Build the fourth Fire Inugami. Well, even if we don't have one now, we can easily have one soon, right? All we have to do is farm Fame and get a Fire Inugami. Well, we have enough energy in the dimensional hole to actually... I didn't even realize it was maxed. Because like I said, we just built all the Fire Inugamis. Like, how are we maxed already, right? How are we maxed in the dimensional hall already? Anyway, that's it for this one. I hope maybe you guys got something out of it. Maybe you guys didn't. I don't know. I just wanted to share it with you so that maybe it helps somehow. Maybe you guys get different ideas for Necropolis team. Oh, all I have to do is stick twins in there. That's easy. Genius move. All right. Anyway, like I said, hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll give you an update when I build the fourth Fire Inugami. Of course I will. And I'll see you as always in the next one.